All right, today I'm going to work on solving systems of equations using the elimination method. This is also commonly called the combination method. And I'm going to do this video in two different parts, mainly because it's one of the more complex methods that we use, so I want to make sure I cover all of my bases here. Now, using the elimination method, also called combination, the key really is it's in the name, the key for what it is that we're doing. So if you want elimination, we are going to eliminate or get rid of a variable, so one of the letters. We're going to do that using the other name by combining both equations into one line. So we're going to put these equations together so that one of the letters crosses off. Now, a couple of things to note here. You can eliminate either x or y. You can eliminate either x or y. Do whatever looks easiest. I can't write today. Can't write today. Whatever looks the easiest you can do. Get rid of that scribble. This is why we do math in pencil. Next is you are not done until you know x and y. So a lot of times people do the actual harder process of combining the equations, solving for a variable, and then they think they're finished, but they really only have one of the numbers. You need two numbers there. So we're going to work on that. Now, my big thought bubble of what it is that we really have to do, I'm going to put this in another color. This is probably our main important thought here, is we need a positive and negative of the same number with the same letter. Now, same number being variable, same letter. Of course, I do it in a pen that's dying. Same letter, same letter being variable, same number being coefficient. I can't talk or write apparently today. So that is our big thought bubble here. We need a positive and a negative for the same coefficient or number in front of the same letter there. So that is our big thought. Here's what we are going for. Now let's actually do some examples. Example number 1, 3x plus 2y equals 17. And I'm going to say 5x minus 2y equals 7. So here's my system. I have two equations stacked on top of each other. And the key to note here is we have a positive 2y and a negative 2y. So these y's are going to cancel if we put them together. So we are combining our equations, combining with addition, and positive 2 plus a negative 2 cross out. We will have 0 y's there. So I could write 0 y. I'm going to leave that out for my purposes. If I add these guys together, I get 8x equals 24 for 17 plus 7. Make sure you're adding the whole way across. You end up adding these guys as well. Now I have 8x equals 24. I want to solve for x. So I'm going to divide there by 8. And I get x equals 3. All right, so I have one of my letters. Most of the hard work is done, but you are not done until we know x, and I wrote an x. Oh my goodness. X and y. I already said I cannot write today. Full of, what is it? Is it still a typo if you're writing? I don't know. Now we have our x. I need to find y. Now, the second part of this is we want to substitute this value back into one of the original equations. It does not matter which one, but I'm still going to put a note of what it is that we're doing. We want to plug this value. Again, substitute for my people who don't like when I don't use proper math vocabulary. We're going to plug it back into either equation to find y. So I'm taking this x, I'm going to do this over here on this side. I had 3. My x is a 3, so I'm going to plop that x value in there. Plus 2y equals 17. So I plug that value right in there. 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 2y equals 17. Minus 9 on both sides. 2y equals 8. I'm going to divide by 2. And y equals 4. Now I have both my x and my y. My solution to this system of equations is going to be 3, 4. That's the point where these lines would meet. Okay, there's our first example there. My y's canceled out because I had a positive and negative of the same thing. I solved for x first, and then I plopped that back into one of the original equations to solve for my y. Let's do one more example here. Okay, I have 4x plus y equals -2, and 4x plus 3y equals 10. Now note here, we need a positive and a negative of the same coefficient for the same variable. In this case, I don't even have the same coefficient for my y's. This would be a 1, this is a 3. That's not going to match up. I do have 4's for my x's, but I need a negative for one. So if we need a negative, we need a negative coefficient, we're going to change all 3 signs on. I'm going to choose the bottom one. Technically, you could do either one. I'm one of those people, I like to do the same thing every time. I think it makes stuff easier to remember, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this, I'll use this. I'm going to make this a -4, a -3, and a -10. This way, when I put these guys together, now my 4's will cancel. Positive 4x and a -4x. Positive 1y minus 3y's is going to be a -2y. -2 and a -10 put together is -12. And then I can divide here. Y equals +6. Once again, I am not done until I know both my x and my y. So I'm going to plop this guy back into one of the original equations. I'm going to say 4x plus, my y is 6, so I'm going to change this here. This guy's going to go. I don't know why I just wrote 2 arrows. Probably just ruined the whole page of notes. This is going to bother some people's OCD. My bad. I am not perfect. Now I have my y in there, so I can say 4x. If I subtract 6 on both sides, equals -8. Divide by 4. X equals -2. So my solution here, x is first, -2, 6. Right there. So here is elimination. also known as combination. I did a couple of basic examples here. Here, if your coefficients already cancel out. Over here, if you're pretty close but your signs are off, I'm going to do another video for how we handle this method with some multiplication in here. So if that is something you struggle with, follow along, and it'll be coming within the next couple of days. But as always, feel free to hit the follow button, and you will get updated every time I post a new math help tutorial.